Nothing shines like gold. Hey doodleberries and dudettes, so it's Teddy here, the T in A&T Adventures, off on the Scottish tour. As some of you may see by the video, I had to leave Adam behind. Yeah, he had commitments at home and Buster the Rottweiler wasn't well, bless him, so Ads has returned down south back to Portsmouth and I've carried on. Now I've got a gentleman here who reached out from one of the Facebook pages to take us out and do a bit of panning and prospecting today with what I think we can say is quite good results, but the mystery is still here. It was all sucked up in the snuffer bottle today. We saw a couple of beauties, so we'll have a look. But first of all, let me introduce you.
Hello, I'm Mark. I run one of the gold pages, Gold Pan in Scotland, England, Europe, and it's been a great day.
It definitely has. What made you run one of the pages? What made you set it up?
Originally, it started off as a couple of guys up here in Aberdeenshire. It was more just to share photos of our days out and our experiences, and then it sort of just snowballed into what it is today.
And how many members have you got on there at the moment?
I think it's almost 2,000, just shy of 2,000.
And what is your goal with the page? Where would you like to see it go? And what influence would you like to have on people out there who come across your page?
I would just like it to keep growing as a community it is. There's a lot of friendly faces on there. There's a lot of guys out there that's willing to help. And more looking after our environment. And just staying on the right side of the law.
Fair enough. You say staying on the right side of the law and to grow a community, but you can go to certain places within Scotland and there's no licence, there's no permits required, and then other places they've brought them in. Would you like to see a governing body or an overall workmanship across the UK which opens up freedom, experience and get-togethers for fellow panners and prospectors?
Yeah, it'd be great to see that, but it's getting everybody on the same boat who is willing to join this kind of community and look after our rivers and streams.
Yeah.
It was tried in the past, but there was a few individuals who didn't want to join, and it was sort of put in the back burner.
Yeah. Now, there's been a lot of umming and ahhing when it comes to high bankers, dredges, and other machinery used to prospect within the rivers. Would you say it could be used if it was policed properly or within certain places? Like if Hamsdale, for instance, they say no sluices allowed. But if a location like that would say, yes, you can come to our burn, you can use a high banker, you can use a dredge, would that work if it was policed, or do you think it would still create too many wild cards?
To be honest, I'm not sure. There's the guys who would take advantage of it. I would like to see this being brought to the UK, like it is in some of the States and America. However, our environment here is different. I do think that dredging would clean up the rivers, but it's getting the permission from the States, the Crown, SEPA.
So you say about cleaning up the rivers. Now this is something A&T Adventures have really seen when we're out prospecting, is the amount of lead, mercury, the zincs, the irons. What do you do with anything you find? I
take it home and I usually melt it down into fishing weights with the lead.
Now that's a winning answer. You're recycling, but you're saving yourself money. You're giving yourself a hobby and an activity on top of the hobby and activity that you're already taking part in. That's a winner. That's a winner in our eyes. Well, we have had a brilliant day out. Mr. Wiseman here took us to one of his special little spots. We're not going to give it away. It's one of his little treasures. Now, with the location we went to today, you've had problems with your permits, or not your permits, your permissions for working that land. And What was that for? Was it the change of ownership?
Yes, it was change of ownership. There was no issues before permission was got. The estate was sold along with all the land. So it took quite a few months going back through estate agents to get the permission, but it has been granted again. So it's...
Now the problem we've found trying to find places to actually go panning and prospecting is actually getting to the bottom of who owns the land, who manages the land, because no one will give you a definitive answer. Yep, call this estate office, yes, call that estate office. Do you think it would be beneficial, or it would make it more overworked if there was a database of places where you could apply to go to?
It would be a lot easier. I spent months tracking down this new owner and who this new agent was.
But then it's the chase of the hunt,
It makes
the
it
work
worth it.
that you had to go into to get that permission. Do you want it on a database? Do you want other people? Because if it's on a database, it means it's got prospects. It's got a reason for you to go there.
Yeah.
So with a database being formed, it means anyone could, oh, well, that's near me. Or I'll ask them. They start snooping. Your special little spot is then public knowledge.
Yep. It's one of them catch-22 kind of things.
Lead Hills, Lockhead, Hamsdale, Tyndrum. You put in Google search, Scottish Gold, bang, there they are. So that's where everyone goes. Keeping your hidden treasures keeps your mystery, keeps you fun, but then you feel like you've achieved so much more when you actually get on the ground and find your yellow.
It's the hunt that makes it worth a while to me, anyway.
Yeah. Now, different people have different plans for the gold they find. We know some sell, some make wedding bands, like A&T Adventures. We're aiming for our gold coins. Is there any little thing you want to do in the future? Have you got a bigger plan out there?
In the future, possibly, but I'll keep that under wraps for the time being.
No worries. Well, for now, we've got our little pot of secret mysteries here, so we'll have a little drop out and we'll see what comes together. I'm going to open, but I'm going to let you have the pour.
Oh, really? I'm going to have the final reveal.
We shall have a look.
It's bigger.
It's bigger.
It's grown in that bottle.
Nothing shines like gold. Now there's one special stone there we can eliminate straight away. That's my little lucky
Your lucky weight.
Lucky weight with crystal in it. I just love it, so it stays. Now I'm hoping from here, because it is a clunker. Obviously we'll have the close-up. But that, I think, is going to be A&T Adventures' largest ever bit to date. Oh, and it makes a noise.
Lovely noise.
There's a mad what there is from one day. We've got lead shot in here. We've got loads of black sands. The strangest thing is, this came out of one area, and there's chunk, there's river worn,
There's everything.
there's real wire, there's small, there's large, there's the largest, there's reef, there's absolutely everything in there, such a mix. About this on the burn earlier, everyone says a nugget is a gram or above, but we think that's American rules.
Yep.
We're bringing in a new rule. Up to 0.5 gram in the UK, picker. Above 0.5 gram in the UK is a nugget.
Nugget, definitely.
Nugget. That's what we're declaring. If you don't like it, join another group. See you later. But no, that's it for today. Thank you ever so much for joining us. And we'll be heading further north. I believe next stop for me is going to be around Highland Gold. I'm coming for you. Watch out for that haggis. Ciao for now.